Kristin Omdahl, and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode number 20. We are at Barefoot Beach again today, which is in Bonita Springs, Florida, Southwest Florida, and this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. We're waiting on the sun to come up over the land, and it's just starting to peek over the trees, so hopefully we will see a magnificent sunrise very soon. The colors are already amazing. I'm just so in love with that peach and coral and turquoise and blue and the color of the sand, of course. You can kind of see we've got some seashells here today too. If you're joining me live, please say hello, and if you're crafting with me this morning, please tell me what you're working on. I have one of my project bags is actually a crochet market bag that I made, and inside I have a knit vest that I'm working on. Good morning, Ronnie. Thanks for joining me. It's a top-down vest, and the yoke component is complete. I also have self-ties already worked into the bust area, and now I have my lower body pattern established. And I'm planning on doing a variation of a feather and fan with some extra lace. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Ronnie. Good morning, Christy. Oh, wow, they're going too fast now. How fun is that? Well, good morning to everybody. Thank you for joining me. Crystal's working on a sweater this morning, just like me. Yay! It's a little bit warmer than yesterday. It's 45 degrees outside, but there's a good wind kicking, and maybe not even as windy as yesterday. It's a little chilly still, though. Good morning, Donna. Oh, she's picking up her package of Be So Brave today. Yay, how exciting. You're making one of these with it, right? Good morning, Magda. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're at home, warm and cozy. Lisa's working on mustard boot cuffs in Michigan this morning. I hope everybody's at home, warm and cozy, and hopefully with a hot beverage and some yarn in your lap. Good morning, Pamela. I'm getting ready to start an elongated drop stitch row. Oh, I see I couldn't get this off my jacket. I have spilled so many things this morning. I spilled my coffee 4 times. Connie's not warm or cozy at home. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I spilled, what else did I spill? I don't know, I spilled a couple of things. I tried to wipe this off in the car. It didn't come off yet. That's great. I'm headed to Marlon's next tennis tournament this morning after here. So I was hoping I could get that out. I'll try again in the car. I have on 14 layers again this morning. Not really, but it feels like it. Because I'm going to be outside, not just for the sunrise, but all day at a tennis tournament. But this is a really exciting tournament for Marlon because not only is he playing, but he gets to watch some higher level players playing in a tournament, another tournament at the same location. So he's super excited to not only get to play, but to watch some of the people he looks up to. And I think that that's a really great opportunity. Thanks, Judy. Yes, wishing Marlon a successful day. And I have enough layers on to probably last the whole day outside. It'll warm up after the sun comes up. So got some loud waves this morning. Isn't that great? Oh, I love that sound. Okay. Yes, still no gloves, Pamela. I keep saying I'm going to make them, and I still haven't. Yesterday, I spent I spent yesterday doing 2 major jobs in and around everything else that I need to get done. I finished making a huge batch of my Be So Young face cream and a huge batch of my healing balm, which is a solid body lotion that has a lot of healing properties too. Finished making 2 big batches of that. Labels, the whole 9 yards. I do a sealing thing around the tins of the healing balm. So printing labels and getting everything together, that took up a good chunk of the first half of my day. Then the rest of the day was spent doing book layout for book 14. Even though I don't have all the photos done yet, I have a portion of them done. But I have all the patterns edited, I have all the charts made and edited. So it was a great opportunity to get the look and feel of the book layout done, and then to create all of the pattern sections. And I got through 15 of the 17 patterns. That's a huge accomplishment in one day. But my eyes started crossing at the end, made a couple of major mistakes in the last 30 minutes and said, okay, that's it. So by that time it was way too, I was way too tired to even think about gloves until someone just mentioned it now. And yes, now I'm thinking, why didn't I make time to make gloves yesterday? What's the matter with me? If I have extra yarn in my bag, maybe I'll work on that when I'm at the tournament today. Because I think I'm going to run out of yarn for the vest, which stinks. I didn't think to grab extra yarn. Anyway, I'm getting ready to start one of my elongated drop stitch rows. Elongated twisted drop stitch rows, and I wanted to show you how that works. Okay, so we see if I can get a little closer to the camera. Good morning from Greece. Yes, Ronnie, I was thinking fingerless glove. That would have been absolutely sufficient for me. So we're going to insert our knitting needle as though to knit, take our yarn, wrap it around both needles twice, then our working needle once, and pull it through all the loops. Okay, insert your knitting needle as if to knit, yarn over both needles twice, your working needle once, and pull through all the loops. So we're getting that elongated drop stitch without having to carry all of the extra loops. Isn't that amazing? It makes it a lot easier to pull it across. So we'll insert our needle as if to knit, yarn over both needles twice, the working needle once, and pull through. We'll do a couple more. There, and you'll see we have our elongated drop stitches that are twisted, but they're done. There's no carrying the extra wraps across the row, which is what I really, really love about this technique. On the return row, you'll have to knit all of those to secure them as stitches instead of long loops. But so what? It's my favorite way to do this type of stitch because I don't have to carry all those extra loops across the row. And if you're doing something with, you know, over 100 stitches or so, that can be very cumbersome carrying all those loops, and it's easy to make a mistake. It's harder to make a mistake when you do it this way, in my opinion. Ooh, I missed. Get on my knees, it's a little cold. Good morning, Miss Detroit, happy Saturday. Good morning, Elisa. Elisa, were you at knitting group when I demoed this stitch? I can't remember. Boy, that wind is just whipping. I swear, the day that it was 39 degrees and it wasn't windy, I think it was more comfortable that day than the last couple days that have been warmer with wind. Although I know I'm a complete baby. Wait till you see how drastically this weather is about to change in the next month or so. This is such unusual weather for South Florida that's kind of the fun and the novelty of it for those of us that live in South Florida. It's going to just look like complete paradise within the month. And then all summer long, oh, I just can't wait to show you the different ways that the nature changes here. Yes, Judy, the wind chill effect, absolutely. Ronnie, I'm making a vest. It's a top-down vest, so the top of the vest is down here, and I'm working on the lower body now. For those of you just joining, I'll do another demo of this fabulous stitch that I love. It's called elongated drop stitch, elongated twisted drop stitch maybe. So we're going to insert our needle as if to knit, yarn over both needles, yarn over our working needle and pull through all the loops. Insert our needle into the stitch as if to knit, yarn over both needles twice, yarn over your working needle once, and pull through. I apologize, but I did miss a few of the comments while I was showing the demo. Good morning, Edna. Thanks for watching from India. Ronnie, I have several tutorials on this stitch, and when I go back to share the show notes for today, what I mean by show notes is that when I'm not live anymore, I can work on editing the video description, and in today's video description, I'll put links to anything we talked about. So I'll post links to this yarn, which is Be So Tender, organic cotton that's worsted weight. I'll post links to the messy bun hat that I'm wearing, the cowl that I'm wearing, and I'll post links to the elongated drop twist stitch tutorial and the patterns that use it. And anything else we talk about. Yes, you're welcome, my pleasure. If I knew what I was going to talk about in advance, I should probably at least start with that amount of show notes, but oh well. It's always something to remember. Good morning from Turkey. Thanks for watching. We are about to see a magnificent sunrise. The sun's starting to peek above the trees. Not that it isn't beautiful already with these colors, but it's going to get prettier. The sun's going to start sparkling on the water and the seashells. Shandy, I'm making a vest. It's a top-down vest, and I have the armhole openings and the yoke complete. I'm working on the lower body, and it's for an upcoming book. This is for book 16. I'm working on getting book 14 photography, book layout, and get it to print soon, and then working on projects for 15 and 16 right now. And starting to brainstorm about book 17 in my head. Oh, I see Elisa and Judy are commenting on Be So Tender yarn. They've both used this yarn before. If you can see, it has a thick and thin texture to it, and it's organic cotton, and it is truly as soft as it could be. It is just spectacular. All of my organic cotton yarns are super, super soft, but this one's worsted weight, so it makes it scrunchier, smushier, whatever. My bamboo yarns are really soft too, but they're soft, silky, and drapey, and so they have that shine to them, whereas the cotton ones are more matte. So what I like to think of is that this is like the height of luxury for casual, and the bamboo yarns are the height of luxury for dressier type of things. Yeah, Be So Brave is also super soft. That's the American merino wool that I'm wearing on my head and my neck. It's incredibly soft for wool, like I wear it around my neck even. Donna's asking if I have crochet vests. Yes, I have a whole section of crochet vests on my website. If you go to the free pattern page on my website, it categorizes free patterns by so many different categories, and one of the categories is vests, cardigans, and shrugs. Oh, I hear some birds. And we've got some sun. One of the reasons why I chose this stitch pattern is that I think drop stitches are a great way to focus your attention on texture in yarn. So if a yarn has a unique texture, like this one does with a thick and thin, the drop stitches really accentuate that detail about the yarn. Drop stitches are great for ribbon yarns, yarns with texture. They're great with other yarns too, but that's when I really... Shandy, this is called elongated twisted drop stitch, and I will be sharing a link to a tutorial for it in the show notes. When the video isn't live anymore, you can go back later today and I'll have links to everything we talked about today in the video description box. It won't be right away. I have to drive to Marlon's tennis tournament after here, but as soon as I get there, I will work on the show notes in the car and upload them to the video description box. I don't know about you, but I can't sit on my knees for very long. My feet fall asleep. Good morning from England. I did not catch the rest of your message, but I saw that you said hi from England, so good morning. Glad you could join me. Am I alone today on the beach? I saw a couple people, but I'm happy to show you what the rest of the beach looks like, because as the year progresses, it'll be really fun to show you the differences too. Okay, so we'll go this way, and looks like we have a couple of birds and maybe two people way off in the distance, and then we'll go back this way. And I believe there might be a couple of people way off in the distance over there. Oh, you see that pavilion? That's where I go on rain days. Yep, the sun is coming up. It's so beautiful. And it's getting warmer. And back to work. You're welcome, Edna. Wait till you see how this changes though. It's going to look so different as the weather warms up. I mean, at least coming here this early in the morning, I won't have to deal with too many sunbather traffic, but it'll be pretty quiet here most of the year this time of day. And honestly, anytime there's foul weather, you're almost guaranteed you've got the beach to yourself. And as somebody who likes foul weather at the beach, I would know because I'm the lone bird that comes down here. Oh, I don't know if that makes me brave, Edna, but thank you. I'm a complete nature lover, and specifically water related. Yes, there are shells on the beach today. In fact, why don't we do a close-up? Because it wouldn't hurt to see if there's any of those beads that I love for making projects. The ones that I describe as being like nature's bead seashells. I think I said that wrong, but like I'll show you. Here's one. This one would work for that mandala that we're working on. See how it already has the hole in it? So let's see if I can see how close we can get here. Can you see some of the seashells here? Like here's another one that would work. This one would work for that mandala. Can't see if it's showing up. There we go. Here, I'll look for a minute while you guys look, and then I'll show you what I find. I'm not seeing that many right here, but you get the idea. That's where I would look. That's where I normally look for seashells. hopefully that's not too distressing when I move the camera around like that. I'm not very good at it, but I wanted to share some of the things that I find with you. So here's one of the shells that I found that has a hole in it. And here's another one that I found with a hole in it. Oh, Edna, yes, please send me a picture of the boho fringe you're working on. Can't wait to see it. And I still haven't figured out where it would be best for you guys to share your photos with me, but we'll figure it out. Maybe there's a place I can do it on. I just had an idea. But I guess maybe Ravelry is where that happens. Oh, now that's new. No one's allowed to bring their dogs to the beach. But I suppose as long as you're not going to get caught and you're going to pick up after your dog, I don't have a problem with it, but I'm pretty sure she could get in trouble for doing that. Which is too bad, because what dog wouldn't love the beach, right? I missed the first half of a conversation. Edna said she's waiting for the same. I was hoping to finish a row here to show you what it looks like. It's one of those never-ending rows when you're working on the lower half of a full body vest. And I'm not working on it in a small either. I'm working on it to fit me. I don't know about you, but I'm a curvy girl, and when I make garments, I like to make sure there's plenty of hip ease. I do not like things to be tight in my hips. I like things long, but if they're tight in my hips, I will never, ever wear them. Oh, displaying our projects. Yep, that will be a good idea. Can't figure out where the right place is to do it yet. I don't know if there's... Some people already do it on my Facebook professional page. I get published posts there all the time, but I'm not sure if everybody actually sees them. It's kind of hard to understand what gets seen by me and what gets seen by others. Ravelry, I guess, is a good place to do it, but I'm not very active on Ravelry. It's just not my... It's not where I'm as social as I am in other places. Maybe there's a good place on my website for it. Oh, anybody who's on Instagram, if you tag me in your posts of making my projects or using my yarns, I'm pretty good about reposting those. Just got to think on it a little bit more, because it would be nice to have a gallery somewhere. But certainly if you tag me on Facebook or tag me on Instagram, or share a post to my professional page on Facebook. That definitely works, because I've seen that. I don't know. Well, I'll keep thinking. If anybody has any ideas, I'm all ears. Somebody asked what I'm making. I'm making a top-down vest, and I can show you. I don't know, Shandy. There is a place on Facebook to publish a post to my professional page, the Kristin Omdahl page, but I'm not sure how that holds it collectively. I can't think of anywhere where it would be held collectively as a gallery, so I got to think on it a little bit more. We'll figure it out. I mean, Ravelry does do a good job of that. Like, I can go to my designer page on Ravelry and I can look and see who's made what of my projects, and that's a fun place to look at what everybody's made. I don't know if I can share that anywhere else though. Yeah, I'll figure it out, Shandy. Hopefully it'll just come to me like a spark of an idea. And I see the end of my row, yay! Good afternoon, Jan from the UK. Thanks for joining us. Well, with any luck, I'll be at that tennis tournament all day today that I will run out of yarn on the vest and then maybe finish that crochet on fabric vest that I've been working on with my red bubble scarf. Good morning, KB Fibers. Edna says that she likes my latest soup recipe. I uploaded a recipe the other day of my favorite way to make lentil soup, and it's not quite a Lebanese recipe. It's how I remember a Lebanese recipe that I learned when I was living in Israel. I had a lot of friends in the north who were Lebanese Christian refugees who took me to their churches for Christmas and Easter and all sorts of, I went to several weddings, and I got to learn some of their recipes while I was there. A little bit of Arabic, but I did not learn nearly as much Arabic as I learned of Hebrew while I was living there. But anyway, one of the things that I learned how to make was a Lebanese lentil soup. And you know, we don't have the same ingredients here that we had in Israel, and I don't have the memory to remember something specifically from 16 years ago. But so inspired by that recipe, I make a Lebanese soup that has lots of bright and sharp flavors in it. There's a green sauce that I swirl into it after it's cooked that's very much like a chimichurri sauce, which is something Marlon and I could just live on. And so it adds a real brightness to an otherwise rich and earthy and spicy soup. And I polished off my pot already. But in this weather, what's better? Is there anything better than hot soup, right? So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. Hazel's asking if the tide's going in or out. You know, I have no idea. I haven't been paying attention. So here we have a row of our elongated drop stitches done, and you'll see that they really don't even look like much of a stitch right now. So the next row will be to just knit across, and that will secure them as a stitch. But it's now time to head out. So I will do that on the road, either in the car, in the clubhouse, or courtside, or all three. And here comes the wind. The wind's saying goodbye too. Bye! Thank you all for joining me today. I'm going to stay another minute here to see if anybody has any last minute questions, or if we're just going to enjoy the sounds of the beautiful waves crashing on the shore for one more minute. Jan, I'll post a link to that recipe in the show notes as well. It's really spectacular. If you like a spicy, earthy soup with a bright pop of color, or bright pop of fresh flavor at the end, I think you'll love it. Thank you all so much. I'm so glad you were able to join me this Saturday morning, or Saturday, whatever time it is where you're at. But thanks for taking time out of your day to join me and this magnificent sunrise. Hope you have a wonderful day. I won't be here tomorrow. It'll be Sunday. I'll be back hopefully at the tennis courts tomorrow, but I will be back on Monday. Bye, Elisa. I'll see you Tuesday at the Knitting and Crochet Club. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Stay warm, stay safe, and I'll talk to you Monday.